Hi, I'm Isaac Roper-Lowe. Big thanks to Burst Radio for having me on the In the Garden sessions. This is my first track. It's called Lose Your Mind. Now you sit there with all your clothes hanging off your shelf. Makes me wonder how you keep them all to yourself. Seems like possession is all you really live for. Even when you know that death is knocking at your door. Lose your mind. 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 It'll be fine. You sit there engrossed in all the pieces in the games that you play. And I wonder, does it matter at the end of the day? Seems like all you want is some kind of perfect world. But at the same time, even more problems just unfurl. Oh, lose your mind. 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 It'll be fine. Lose your mind. 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 It'll be fine. This next one's called Sabez. Will it be Sunday soon? Well, it seems likely. And when will the Sunday come? At the end of Friday. Where will you go to then? Back to the willow, to rest my head upon the fabric of my pillow. Will it be Wednesday soon? That's my favorite time. Just let the clock turn like the hands of a mime. And if you feel strange when it comes, please don't worry. For if you make a noise, you will be sorry. And you know, the world is in our hands. And you know, we can make these demands. And you know, the world is at our feet. And you know, the time's come to meet. Take me on a riverboat down to the shore. Let me live life like the way it was before. And if you don't have the time, we must do it quickly. but it's all comparative. That is, once strictly. Will it be Sunday soon? Well, it seems likely. And when will the Sunday come? At the end of Friday. Where will you go to then? Back to the willow, to rest my head upon the fabric of my pillow. And you know, the world is in our hands. And you know, we can make these demands. And you know, the world is at our feet. And you know, the time has come to meet. This next one's called Naruto. He wakes up and looks at the book in his hand. It's poetry by someone he doesn't know. Puts it down, then stops for a second to figure out the way he should go. His mind drifts back to last night and he's dancing in the moonlight, but he can't remember who he's with. But now, Pablo Neruda's words are really on his nerves and he just needs time to think. Goes downstairs, says, how do you do it? How do you make me forget? Forget about everything we did, but now we're left. And nothing's left. And his voice goes on, singing that song, and it's ununderstandable as ever. The syllables, they blend and merge, all the words converge, but no one knows what's wrong. And now he's not done yet, yes, he shall return. And as you say, he's gone, he'll be back, as you will learn. Goes downstairs, says, how do you do it? How do you make me forget? Forget about everything we did, but now we're left. And nothing's left. And so time moves on and the feelings are gone, but the picture on the wall remains. He forgets what he's seen, she forgets where she's been, and all of their respective pain. And he's reminded by a flickering light of what once was and was not. The city never sleeps and the trees never lie, but at the end of the day you've only got what you got. Goes downstairs, says, how do you do it? How do you make me forget? Forget about everything we did, but now we're left. And nothing's left. This is called Stand by the River. I can feel that this is where it all must end, and I don't really want to know. I summon you here to tell you of my pain and woe, and how I'm worried this plan is doomed to fail. But I tell you now in confidence and grace, I'm sure you'll find someone to take my place. And all you have to do is stand by the river. Stand by the river, baby. You'll see the waters clearer. you're standing by the river. Oh, I regret nothing, but I wish I'd done it differently, and I can't bear to face my past. I know it hurts to float away, but you're floating to a better place, and we both know what that means. The stream is clear and adventure's near. Fear is the only reason you are here, and all you have to do is stand by the river. Stand by the river, baby. You'll see the waters clearer when you're standing by the river. Oh, stand by the river. You can leave without or with her, lady. The water screams into you. Just stand by the river. Oh, stand by the river. This is my last song for today. It's called Hourglass. Investigations and leave them elsewhere. No one would ever believe it anyway. Look across the street and all you see is me. My face, don't face yours at the game. Face the facts and view the future, time is moving on. Look here, this hourglass in my hand. Turn to face the mirror, what do you see? Do you even recognize yourself? Feel the world turn, brings you to your knees, but we don't need to know what is going on, do we? Erupt your feelings out and let yourself go. Clocks are chiming all around. Sound disorientates you and makes you check yourself, but etiquette has no place in this dream. You've seen my hourglass full of salt from tears, cried during lost time, oh it's criminal. You guide yourself back to the door, but you're already there. But then really, what is free will? Look through the doorway, what can you taste? Can't you hear someone shout? Feel your stomach churn and the gentle breeze, and everything is pretty in this little park, don't you agree? Take your private investigations and leave them elsewhere. No one would ever believe it anyway. Look across the street and all you see is me. My face turned to face yours at the gate. Face the facts and view the future, time is moving on. Look here, this hourglass in my hand. Turn to face the mirror, what do you see? Do you even recognize yourself? Feel the world turn, brings you to your knees, but we don't need to know what is going on, do we?
Hi, it's Alex from Burst Radio, and we're here in the garden this week with Isaac Roper-Lowe, a third-year Bristol Uni student. How are you doing, Isaac?
Good, thanks. Yeah.
Brilliant. Could you tell us a bit, just start off, about the kind of the key artists and bands that have influenced your music?
Yeah. So I grew up listening to a lot of my parents' music was sort of 60s, 70s, a lot of like Beatles and Bob Dylan, which I listened to a lot when I was like in sort of primary school age. And then once I got to about 11 or 12, I veered away from that a bit and went to sort of start listening to the charts a bit more. And so had a few years where I was like that. And then I sort of more came back to that music. And I think in a way that was when I started like playing guitar and writing my own songs. So a lot of my music then was more based on that older sort of like vaguely classic rock, maybe folk rock type stuff. And then later on, more sort of Britpop artists like Oasis or Blur came in. Like I started listening to them, and I was more sort of discovering my own sort of stuff, but it wasn't like as current as what I was listening to when I was younger. So I guess I feel like I've got a bit of experience of a lot of different genres, which I guess have come together to influence my music. But yeah, definitely the sort of 60s, 70s stuff plays a big part in that. I'd say that's the main.
Cool. Yeah, I think you can definitely hear like even elements of people like Scott Walker, and maybe also like Nick Cave of the Bad Seeds. There's definitely something in your voice that sounds quite like that. So you said you started writing songs, so obviously quite a while ago. Do you think your songs have developed and your songwriting style has developed since you started?
Yeah, quite a bit. I think because originally it was I was more interested in writing sort of good chord progressions and like a catchy melodies go over that, but I wouldn't spend that much time on the lyrics. So it would more be the lyrics often like wouldn't make sense at all, or they'd be quite sort of abstract, which I think I got away with on some of them, but some of them are just plain weird. But gradually got a bit better, and I got more into like crafting like sort of like stories or like worlds which my lyrics would fit into, which I think made the songs more complete packages. But I think with that as well, it meant that I was writing sort of songs less quickly because I was putting more thought into them. And so yeah, I wrote most of my songs when I was around like 16, but probably the best ones were a couple of years later, once I was sort of 18, 19. Yeah.
Cool. Were all the songs we heard in the session just then, were they all relatively recently written songs?
No, not that recently. Some of them are, so I think some of them are going back as far as maybe 2016, but then I've worked on them a bit since then, which is why they're probably better than they were originally when I wrote them. Yeah.
Cool. Do you think, so coming to Bristol obviously as a student, do you think Bristol has kind of had an influence upon your music as well, like the city itself?
I think a bit, yeah. So I come from like quite a small town in Devon, which is obviously a very different place to grow up to then coming and living. But I've lived in the city centre the whole time I've been in Bristol, which is hugely different to that. So I think, yeah, that sort of more busy lifestyle definitely affects that and affects the themes that you write about. And I think just university in general has been such a change that it did impact me. I think in some ways for the worse, because I've had less time to do music, so perhaps it hasn't come across as well as it should have done. But yeah, I'd certainly say Bristol has. I think I don't feel like I've got the most that I could have out of the music scene here. Like I've performed a bit, but not as much as I maybe would have hoped to. Which I'm hoping like hopefully once COVID is less of a thing, then I'll be able to get more into that again. Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, so you haven't. So does that mean over the past few years at uni, have you not really played much at sort of like open mic nights? And is that something you want to get involved in after lockdown? Yeah. I
think so. Yeah. Like I did do a few, but sort of with less frequency than I did at home. And I got like at home, I also had sort of more people I collaborate with, or I was in groups where I could sort of be with other people and actually do proper gigs. Whereas here it's been just doing the occasional open mic night, so less. Yeah, I guess less sort of regular than I would hope. But obviously, I've had other enjoyable things I've been involved with at uni, so it's sort of balancing your time between the degree, music, and then any other interests I've got. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So I saw you recently released a video for it was a song for A Relatively Overcast Wednesday on YouTube. Can you tell us a bit about how that came about? And I saw you'd filmed it with a couple of friends or something.
Yeah, no, certainly. So that was I've got a couple of friends. Another friend is my flatmate who did my first music video, and then the second one was with a friend. She's actually a family friend, but she's very into sort of filmmaking and art in general. And so she came to visit me in Bristol over summer. And we thought it was quite fast paced because she was only here for a few days. And then on sort of like the second day, we decided, yeah, maybe we should try and like film a music video for one of these songs because was sort of like something we were both interested in doing. And so we had this one very like full-on day of going sort of walking around Bristol and filming all these different locations, which you might have seen like Ashton Court and sort of around Clifton in the video. And it was very full on. Like, we were quite tired by the end, but it was just a great project because it's something you don't, obviously not something you sort of do on like an average day. And it was great to have a go at like not just having the songs, but also putting sort of music to that and planning out a video because film is definitely something I'm sort of interested in as well. So it's nice to try and meld that with the music. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, brilliant. No, I thought it was a really cool video actually. So you definitely succeeded in
thank you. Yeah.
Whilst having fun, you obviously made something cool as well. So obviously that was released like mid-September sort of time. Do you have any plans to release any music in the future? Any of the songs we've heard today, maybe?
So I want to. I think one of my big projects I'm doing at the moment is to record all of my songs to the same standard. So that's not just obviously the set I played for the In the Garden session was quite stripped down and just sort of my voice and the guitar mostly. But I've been experimenting with recording things like adding in sort of bass or like electric guitar overdubs onto the tracks. And so I want to record everything to that standard and then pick the best ones and hopefully put them on Spotify or other streaming services so that they're more accessible for more people, because at the moment everything's it's all a bit of a mess how some of it's on YouTube and some of it's on Bandcamp. And so it would just be good to have a more coherent idea of where my music is and what the songs that I want people to listen to are, definitely. Yeah.
Cool. The sort of recording process so far, has it been sort of a kind of home recording process where you're doing it for your laptop in your bedroom, or do you look to expand to a studio, or is that?
I think for now, just because it's sort of the first time I'm going through this, then just doing it at home, and obviously that's easiest at the moment with lockdown coming in and out. But I've got a mic, and then I've got an electric and an acoustic guitar, and we've got a keyboard in the flat as well. So I've been just trying to make it sound as professional as possible without like too much like home recording. But it's quite a lot of fun. I do enjoy like adding in different bits. I'm hoping to get maybe some flatmates to like sing on some of them as well, or play, because we're quite a musical flat, so we could get some other people involved too, which would be great. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, everyone at Burst Radio looks forward to hearing them. Hopefully we'll hear them out in the public domain soon enough. Thank you so much for the session and this great chat, and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Cheers.